listen now, and I'll catch up with you after the conversation. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us again. We're on the move. We're moving about the Conroe, Montgomery County area, and we just stopped to have a conversation with Jada England. Jada is a person who has a long, deep background in marketing, has done a lot of neat things in marketing businesses and projects, ideas, done special events for nonprofits and others. So she understands how to promote your business and how to make it work. So I think this conversation is one that most, if not all, our listeners will enjoy, and hopefully walk away with an idea or two that they could utilize today. Jada, how are you doing today?
I am doing well. How are you?
Oh, just trying to stay dry with these pop-up showers, right? Summertime.
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
First of all, I need to thank you for taking time to stop and talk to us. Like marketing is so important to business. Revenue is at the top of the list, and the way to generate revenue is through marketing. And so let's talk about marketing. In a previous conversation, you shared with me you've got 20 plus years of experience in marketing, which qualifies you as an expert, or at least someone that knows what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
Talk to us about your background and some of the things you might have learned along the way.
Oh, yes. I have learned a lot along the way, and I'm only 29, so I don't really know how 20 years is applicable, but I'm just kidding. Yes. So I really started with marketing with nonprofits, as a volunteer, then as an employee, and learned a lot of different things about how to create relationships and how to mobilize people. Because whether it's a nonprofit that you're trying to give, or if it's a service you're trying to sell, whatever it is, you need to be able to motivate people to take action with you and choose you. So that's kind of been from nonprofits to political to corporations, now to owning my own business. It's all kind of been that same theme of how do we get people motivated to do what we need them to do in order to help our business.
Well, and you hit the nail on the head, obviously, take action, right? The hardest thing.
Yep.
Particularly, for example, right now, people are, we've got an epidemic, COVID, whatever you want to call it. We have things going on in the world around us, and it is hard, I would assume harder in many cases, depending on your product, service, your nonprofit, to get people to be motivated to take that action. Just briefly, in a simple way, how do you go about getting people in general to take action? In other words, to get up off the couch, if you will, and move forward.
So it's going to depend on, obviously it's going to depend on the industry or what it is. So if it's a nonprofit, obviously you're going to fuel people's passion. What are they passionate about? Don't try to get everybody to give to you. Find the people who care about housing or seniors.
And at this point, Jada, you've got a lot of things going on right now. We talked about that right before the break, but you have a brand new project that you're working on that to me is a really exciting kind of marketing business opportunity for a lot of people. Talk to us about that and tell us why you went this direction as the next move in your career.
Awesome. So it's a national program that has seen a lot of success around the country that I'm bringing to Lake Conroe. So I'm really excited about it. It's called BeLocal Lake Conroe. And the reason that I wanted to look at this is because the real estate market in this area it's just booming. I mean, it is around the country, but we just have a lot of new homeowners and people moving into this area. And I'm asked by small businesses all the time, how do I connect with these new people? How do I connect with new people when they move in? And then I also hear from new people who have moved here and they say, how do we get connected? Where do we go to church? Who do we, where is the doctor? What restaurants should we go to? What are the events? And so it's a great way to help connect both businesses and new people moving in. What it is, it's kind of a three-part program. So we work with real estate agents who have people who are buying homes on the Lake Conroe area. They will give them this publication that we print that is a directory. It's a glossy magazine style directory with local content, wonderful things that are brought to the area. And then the other part, and I apologize about the noise, the other part is the printed magazine will be mailed to them around a month after they've moved in. Obviously, when people are first moving in, they're changing their address and all of that. So it'll be mailed to them at that point. We also have a website, an app, and then a huge Facebook campaign that will go, Facebook and Instagram, that go towards these new movers. And so all of the businesses that partner with us will be part of that advertising and part of that promotion so that the new homeowners can reach these businesses.
You know, what is exciting to me as a business owner and the possibility of working with you on advertising my business is the whole concept of keeping up with what's going on, particularly if I'm new. But even I know all the time in our house, we're always asking what events are coming up, what's going on in the area, because we like to get out. I think Montgomery County is a big supporter of activities, not just nonprofit, but just different things going on, events. There's so many great things typically without COVID, lots of great things to do. You can't, you know, your family doesn't need to be bored. There's just great connections. So your local events are going to focus really, your publication is entire Lake Conroe area, or is it expanded on that to Montgomery County, or?
It's going to be, so it's basically zip code focused. So 77356, 77318, and 77316. So it does encompass a little bit more than the lake, but the region that we're covering, it is going to be, the activities and the information is going to be focused on stuff that's around the lake, because, you know, Lake Conroe is up and coming. I mean, in the last 10 years, we've seen so much growth and so much change. And there, you know, there are some corporate things, you know, big business and stuff, but there are a lot of mom and pops and a lot of hidden gems around here that I'm just excited to highlight and feature and make well known.
Well, and again, local focus, BeLocal,
Yes.
the title of the publication. Now, talk about your experience. How is that really coming, or are you bringing that to bear on this project? I mean, you mentioned the Bent Water Life, which is local to that community, as a publication about local, what's going on within that community. But what about all that other experience you have? What is it that's prepared you to take this step?
I think that just knowing kind of the basics of marketing and what is important, consistency, being on all platforms, having something that can manage itself, because small business owners don't have the time to be their own marketing team either. So taking all of those things, this program really does that for them. It gives them the presence online, the social presence, and the print presence. And I can manage it all for them in terms of ad content and all of it. And so it's just, it becomes a little marketing campaign for them to a targeted audience. And I'm really excited about it.
Well, and one of the things I like about the idea is it combines the website that you have along with some social media through Instagram, whatnot, and then with a hard print copy as well. So depending on where the individual is in your audience, I have ample access, if you will, easy access to what you're offering. So it is, like you say, it's a kind of a real nice package for marketing.
It is. And because we'll be working with realtors, I'll be doing some events and some, you know, B2B things where the advertisers can meet with the realtors as well as some of the new homeowners. But having that connection that goes back to creating relationships, people want to create relationships with realtors. Realtors want to have a nice marketing piece that makes them look like the expert at Lake Conroe. And so it's just a really good combination.
Yeah, it sounds like, I mean, it's seriously, it's the idea of local and that connection. And like you say, the realtors gives them another tool in their toolbox, so to speak, that they can show they're on top of things and connecting their clients and prospective clients. If I was a realtor, I definitely have copies of it available to hand out. There's no doubt about it. Well, let me ask you now, you are getting ready. Your first publication is going to be when?
Hopefully October. That's the plan. So I've got 30 days. 30 days to get it all ramped up and ready to go. So I'm excited.
So 30 days, and then you'll be out in October, and then following that, it'll be a month-to-month type publication.
It'll be month-to-month publication. Yes.
Let me ask you this. In your experience, the use of the bundle approach like you're doing versus just say doing something with a website or doing something on social media, how much more effective has your experience been with combining the digital and the print like that?
It is, I mean, it's amazing the benefits that you see from it and having one person handle it, because a lot of businesses, even when they're small, they have a different presence, but they don't communicate together. They don't talk together. They don't see it.
So
sorry about that.
That's all right. Do we have somebody else there that might want to go? Might want to join?
Do you guys want to say hi real quick? Come say hi. This is Courtney and Jim. They are with Morgan Stanley. They actually work with me. Hi there. This is Rick. It's the weekly business show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's on Lone Star Radio, which is one of the only community radio stations we have.
Yeah.
Is that correct, Rick?
It's the community radio station for Montgomery County. So everything about our community, weekly business hour, it's been out there for 8-9 years now coming up. And we talk about business here in Montgomery County every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Awesome. Well, thanks for saying hi.
It's good to see you.
Yeah.
For saying hello.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jada.
Okay.
Well, Jada, I appreciate that. And that's, like you say, we're out there looking for people that are in business everywhere we go, because that communication is so important in what we do. If someone is interested in what you're doing as far as potentially being an advertiser or wants to connect and learn more about what you're doing, what is the best way for them to get in touch with you?
Well, if I can say just one thing quick before that is, I love to work with small businesses, and what I am doing may or may not be the right fit, but I am always happy to sit down with a small business owner and look at what they're currently doing, where their business is at, where some of those weaknesses and strengths are, so that we can put a plan together. I do that. That's not something I charge for. It's something that I love doing because I have a lot of background, and it's easy for me to sit with businesses. That's where I just came from. I was meeting with Jim and Courtney doing just that, just looking at their business. And so happy to do that. And together we can decide if, one of these opportunities like BeLocal would be a good fit for them. And to reach me, so my name is Jada England. My phone number is 281-245-8100. That is a cell phone, so you can call or text. And then my email is jada.england@n2pub.com.
Well, let me tell you something. And I'm going to kind of pick up on what you just said. Jim and who's his partner there?
Courtney, I'm sorry.
Jim and Courtney and the work they're doing, please refer them to me. I'd love for them, if they have an interest, and anyone you talk to out there that's in business, owns a business, and is willing to share their experiences. That's who we're looking for. So please keep that in the back of your mind, and maybe an opportunity to enhance what you're doing and bring more things to the table when you visit with people. But most of all, I appreciate you taking time today. I enjoyed visiting with you earlier today at our CEO Roundtable. You've got a great business model. And ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you, if you didn't listen to the entire interview, take the time to listen through it. I think in this conversation, Jada's offered a lot of good, simple, straightforward perspective for marketing. And by the way, I hope you heard, she does free marketing planning with small businesses. So I would reach out to her. I would encourage any business that doesn't have marketing planning, which is a lot of business based on my experience over the last 15, almost 20 years of working with people. Reach out to Jada England and connect your marketing and hopefully to BeLocal. Thank you, Jada.
thank you so much for having me. This was a great experience.
1bestconsult.com, a community of small business owners where you as an owner can find answers to the most pressing business questions you have. Not sure who to turn to when you have a challenge in your business? turn to the folks at 1bestconsult.com. That's the number 1 bestconsult.com, where you can always find advice you can use based on common sense business experience. Join our community of like-minded business owners at 1bestconsult.com.